Here's a live look at Westminster Hall in London at 4:13 UK time, as mourners from across the globe continue to pay their respects to Queen Elizabeth. Her Majesty is lying in state 24 hours a day until her state funeral on Monday. And among those remembering the reign of Queen Elizabeth, a prominent Clevelander who happened to be in London during her coronation 70 years ago, Robert Madison, an architect who broke down barriers, says though they were from different worlds, he and the Queen were part of the same generation. As 99 years young, Bob Madison shares his recollections with our own Leon-Bibb.
He wrote of kings and queens and their monarchies. Were England's William Shakespeare, poet, playwright, still alive, surely he would have penned of Elizabeth II. Shakespeare was hailed in the British Garden of the Cleveland Cultural Gardens, where the flag of Great Britain flutters. For 70 years, Britain's Queen Elizabeth held much of the world's interest. Those old enough will remember the beginnings of her reign as a British monarch. It was in June 1953 when a young Elizabeth, upon the death of her father, the king, assumed the throne. Cleveland's Robert Madison was traveling England at the time of the coronation of the 26-year-old Elizabeth. Most of the world watched from afar. Robert Madison watched from London.
It was just an incredible adventure to see an entire city, all the streets, all the lights and the traffic signals, all were decorated for the ascension of Queen Elizabeth.
Although he was not a supporter of monarchies, he was witness to history. At age 29, Madison, an American architect who studied abroad, was bound for hometown Cleveland. In London during Queen Elizabeth's crowning, he watched on live British television. It was before satellite TV, so America had to wait for hours to see film of the monarch's coronation. Madison observed London, its pageantry and festivities. 70 years later, at age 99, the mental images are still with him.
She was the personification, I think, of educated culture and style and law. I have every admiration for that queen.
Nearing his own century mark, World War II veteran and retired architect Madison reflects on how he and Queen Elizabeth were of different worlds but were of the same generation. Children of the Depression, both. Witnesses to World War II, both. And architects, both, in that they both were building their own long lives. As Cleveland's Robert Madison watches Britain remember Elizabeth, he reflects on 1953, when he and a new queen, though she had no knowledge of him, did share the same time and space. Robert Madison witnessed the beginnings of what would be 70 years of a monarch's reign. It was a spring day when he was young, and so was the Queen. For 3 News, I'm Leon-Bibb.
Nice. And stay with NBC News here on WKYC for complete coverage of the funeral for Queen Elizabeth. Live coverage takes place Monday morning starting at 4:30 on GO and continues on the Today Show at 7 o'clock.